If you own a construction business, let me ask you something kind of uncomfortable. As you look back at 2025, does it feel eerily similar to 2024, maybe even 2023? I'm recording this at the end of December 2025. And as you look back, were you dealing with the same fires as the year before, the same long hours, the same almosts? Maybe you have a stack of almosts. We almost hit our financial targets. We almost made that hire. We almost got the big project, almost got out of firefighting. Have you been dealing with the same frustrations that you swore you would fix this year? This is the Construction Leading Edge podcast from constructionleadingedge.com. My name is Todd DeWalt. I'm your host and your construction business coach. And if you're feeling that sting right now, if you look back over the past 12 months and you just have a stack of almosts to show for it and you're not happy with the results, stick with me because in this episode, I'm going to show you something that's hidden inside of your business that might explain everything. And most construction business owners just never see it. There are 4 structural traps that are keeping you stuck. And we're going to talk about why your experience this year looked the way it did, why your time disappeared into chaos and firefighting, why the same mistakes kept getting repeated, why almost became the mantra, why you still feel like the bottleneck. And at the end of this episode, once I show you the pattern that's been running underneath your business the whole time, maybe you're going to be like a lot of people who would say, son of a bitch, that is exactly what's going on with my business. So buckle in. This might be a little uncomfortable, but it might be the most important thing you hear. So let's start with the obvious stuff, the stuff that you feel every day, right? Let me know if this resonates with you. You're working 50, 60, 70 plus hours a week, sometimes more. Your team is working hard. You're working hard. But despite all that, you still end up a lot of days feeling behind. You start the day with a list of things you're going to do. And then before you know it, it's 4:30 and you haven't even touched your list, and your list may have even grown. You're constantly stepping into situations you shouldn't have to deal with. Missing details, vague scopes, incorrect materials that show up, or maybe materials that show up late, the question that should have been answered long before it reached you, or dealing with questions you shouldn't have to answer. The client decision that took too long or just maybe never happened. And that's not the frustrating part. The frustrating part is that these are not new problems. It's the same stuff from last year and the year before and the year before that. You hop between job sites all day, then maybe the real work, like estimating, planning, scheduling, emails, gets shoved to at home after dinner while you should be at home. And then your family gets whatever is left of you after the business takes your best hours. Sound familiar? Well, here's the wild part. None of it is random. It is not random. And in a minute, I'm going to show you exactly what's behind it, why these things are happening. So before we get into that, let's get brutally honest for a minute. If you look back at the past 12 months, what did you tell yourself you were going to fix this year? 12 months ago, maybe you said, there's no way in hell I'm going to deal with these problems again. I'm going to fix these things once and for all. Maybe you said things like, we're going to tighten up pre-construction. This is the year I get out of day-to-day operations. We are finally going to document our processes. We're going to have some checklists, some agendas. This is the year we're going to hire the right PM or the right estimator or the right selections coordinator or the operations manager. Maybe you said, this is the year we hit our profit targets. This is the year I finally make the money that I should be making. Now here we are 12 months later. How do you feel about the progress that you've actually made? If you squint and you look really hard, maybe some things improved a little. Maybe you could say, yeah, we're doing a little better here. We're doing a little better there. But does it feel meaningfully different? Or are you basically running the same business with just shinier goals and less energy and more exhaustion? Let me make this even more uncomfortable for you. Okay. Maybe you have a buddy, you have a friend who's a business owner, maybe specifically they're a construction business owner. Imagine this person, and you swapped seats with this person for 3 months, and your good friend had to run your business for 3 months, and you weren't there. Which parts of your business would you be embarrassed for them to see? If you swapped seats with a good friend and they came in and ran your business like it is today, which parts of your business would you be embarrassed for them to see? Would it be the chaos in pre-construction? Would you be embarrassed by how many questions your buddy would get inundated because you have to answer all the questions? Would you be embarrassed by the quote system you have, which is really just you? Would they be embarrassed by your inbox, the number of messages you get, the low-level things you get emailed about, how much windshield time you have? Would they be embarrassed to see you going to pick up materials or going to dump the dump trailer at the landfill or sweeping out and doing things on the job site? Or would they be embarrassed by the number of $25 an hour activities that you're doing? Would you be embarrassed by the lack of clarity around the roles? Would they say, what the hell's going on here? Nobody knows what they're supposed to be doing. And when they looked at your financials, would you be embarrassed to show them how much profit has been just bleeding out of your jobs because of inefficiencies that has just become normalized for you? Now, look, I'm saying this with no judgment because I see this every single day with companies doing $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million a year. Here's why I want to pull on this thread just a little bit more. Question is, why does this keep happening? And why does it happen with so many businesses from all over the country, frankly, from all over the world? We've worked with clients from the US, Canada, Australia, the UK. Why does this keep happening? Why is it so common among businesses of all types, all geographies, all sizes? And why do you keep living some version of the same year on repeat? Right? Hang on to that question because I'm going to show you exactly what's behind it in a few minutes. So before I tell you what's really going on, I want to walk you through 4 patterns that I see over and over in construction businesses that feel stuck. I talk to hundreds of construction business owners every year, and there are 4 patterns that I see. And these traps, these structural traps, are so common, so invisible, and they're so baked into the way most businesses operate that most people don't even realize that they're caught in them. It's very possible that these things are baked into your business to such a point that you don't even realize they exist in your business. And let me be clear, these traps are not really the problem, all right? They're just the symptoms. They're the side effects of the root cause problem that I'll get to in a minute. The real problem, the thing causing all of this is much deeper, but we're getting there. So first, let's shine a light on what's hiding. These are the 4 structural traps that are keeping you stuck. If you want the next 12 months to be different from the past 12 months, you have to get out of these structural traps. You have to fix these structural traps. The first one is just enough to start. The JETS trap. JETS, it stands for just enough to start. It's when you kick off jobs with just enough to start. Kicking off a project with allowances, missing selections, incomplete scopes of work, assumptions. Basically, if there's anything where you hear yourself saying, let's get started and we'll figure the rest out later, you are stepping into the just enough to start trap. When pre-construction is loose or when pre-construction activities are happening during construction, you're in the just enough to start trap, and that is the root cause of a lot of chaos and firefighting. So trap number 1 that I've talked about a lot on this podcast is the just enough to start trap. I've seen it on everything from small remodel projects up to $30 million office buildings for Fortune 50 companies. It's human nature, and you've got to fight like hell to stay out of the just enough to start trap. The second structural trap is what I would call the owner as the hub. The owner as the hub, where if there was an organizational chart, which there usually isn't, if you were to draw the organizational chart, you would see the business owner's name in the middle, and then it's like this pile of spaghetti, and everybody reports to them. Every problem comes to them. And if you're wondering, am I dealing with the owner as the hub structural trap? Here are the symptoms of that. Every answer flows through you. Every decision comes from you. Every approval comes from you. Every quick question comes from you. Every job site escalation, every customer issue, you are receiving 80 to 100 phone calls, texts, and emails a day. It looks like leadership. Maybe it feels like responsibility, and you put the Superman cape on and you fly in and solve problems. But it's actually a design flaw, and it is a trap. And it keeps you stuck. It's virtually impossible to scale a business if the owner is the hub. We'll get back to the episode in just a minute, but first, think about these two questions. Do you have a clear, actionable strategy for your business for the next 12 months? And does your team know exactly where you're headed and how you'll get there? If your business was a road trip, are you just driving aimlessly without a map, hoping you get somewhere good, or do you have a clear destination and a route to get there? Here's the thing. As the leader, it's your job to create that strategy, and your team is counting on you to provide clarity and direction. That's why I created the Strategic Planning Guide. For a limited time, you can download this free guide, the same one that's helped hundreds of construction business owners gain clarity, set goals, and be able to communicate a winning strategy to their team. In just 60 to 90 minutes, you'll map out your plan for the next year. No more guessing, no more drifting. It's the first step toward designing a business you want. So stop running in circles, stop treading water, get clarity on the vision and direction of your business. Click the link in the show notes to download your free strategic planning guide. All right, back to the show. Structural trap number 3 would be what I call roles by accident. ROLES, roles by accident, where everybody wears lots of hats. It's like the Three Musketeers. It's all for one and one for all, and everybody sort of goes around and tackles problems as a group. And sometimes Stephanie solves the problem. Sometimes John solves the problem. Sometimes it's Nicole, and then there are no clearly defined roles. And when the roles are unclear, you end up being the genius with 1,000 helpers. You have to tell people every move to make. You have to follow up with them. Hey, did you do this? Hey, make sure to do this. Hey, remember to do this. And then you get pushback because it's like, well, hey, why are you asking me to do this? Nicole did this last time. There are no roles, or roles are just by accident. There's an old saying, the best way to starve a horse is to have 2 people feed it. There's a lot of starving horse syndrome going on because it's not clear who is supposed to do what. Either nobody's doing it, or in some cases you have multiple people doing it, which could be worse than nobody doing it. You end up with finger pointing, confusion, details falling through the cracks, frustrated people. Roles by accident. Guess who has to step in every time something falls through the cracks? Guess who has to step in whenever something gets missed? Guess who has to step in and take it whenever it's not clear? Who is responsible for it? You, right? The 4th structural trap is tribal knowledge instead of a playbook. Most small businesses operate sort of like, imagine if you washed up on an island and you saw this campfire off in the distance, and you made your way up to the campfire, and as you walked up to the campfire, you saw this grizzled old senior person telling stories to the other people around them, and everything was in their head. They carried all of the knowledge. They knew how everything had to be, and it was passed down through oral tradition, the way it was done in primitive villages. Well, that's how a lot of construction businesses do it, based on tribal knowledge. They're just stories, and they get passed down from one generation to the next. And if the young people have questions, they have to go sit at the feet of the elder by the campfire and ask them to share their wisdom with them. It just doesn't work very well, and it is a structural trap. So there's a pretty good chance that your business lives in your head. You are the elder who has to answer all the questions. It's based on your experience, your instincts, your memory, and that works until the moment you want consistency. Having everything in your head works pretty well until you want to actually delegate results. Having everything in your head and using tribal knowledge works pretty well until you want to grow your business, or until you actually want to step away from the business. Having a business built on tribal knowledge makes it practically unsellable. It is a worthless asset. It's not even an asset. It would be more of a liability to an investor. Having a business based on tribal knowledge makes it very difficult for you to step away, to take a vacation, or to be able to retire. Now, these 4 traps explain a lot of what you're experiencing. Very likely. The just enough to start trap, the owner as the hub roles by accident and having tribal knowledge, being based on tribal knowledge. These traps explain a lot of what you're experiencing, but they're still not the root cause. There's one thing, there's one truth that ties all of this together. It's the silver bullet. It's the aha moment. It's the punchline that makes everything suddenly make sense. Most owners never discover this on their own. But once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Here's the truth. Your business is doing exactly what it is designed to do. Your business is doing exactly what it is designed to do. The results you're getting are not random. Your business is producing the results that it is designed to produce. Your business is taking the time, your time and your energy in a way that it is designed to do. Maybe it's not what you want it to do. It's not what you intend for it to do. It's not what you hope it will do. Your business is producing the exact results its structure is built to produce. If you design a machine to produce marshmallows, for example, and then you fired up this machine and then you were frustrated that it didn't produce popsicle sticks, what's the problem? Your expectations, because the machine is doing exactly what it is designed to do. And your business is giving you the results. It is producing exactly what you have designed it to do. To be more specific, it is giving you the exact results that you have unintentionally designed it to do. When many construction business owners hear this, a lot of them say, son of a bitch, that is exactly right. My business is giving me exactly what I have designed it to do. And when you make this realization, you realize it's not you, it's not your team, it's not the market, it's not a subcontractor problem, it's not a time management problem, it's not a discipline problem, it's a design problem. Your current design guarantees your current experience every single time. The current design of your business guarantees your current experience and your current results from your business every single time. If you are frustrated with your year of almosts, if you are thinking back and you're saying, 12 months ago, I said I was going to solve these problems. 12 months ago, I set these goals. 12 months ago, I said, this is the year it's going to be different. And all you have to show for it are a stack of almosts. If you said, son of a bitch, that's me, my business is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Or if you would be embarrassed for your buddy to run your business for 30 days, you have 4 options. The first option is do nothing. You can hope for the best. You can write down your goals in your unicorn journal. You can say affirmations in the mirror maybe, but you can do nothing tactical. You can do nothing about your business. You can do nothing about the design of your business. Maybe just hope things will change on their own. Option 2 is you could scale back or even shut it down. Maybe go work for somebody else. Scale back to a point that's more manageable without having a team. That's option 2. And for some people, the right option is to go work for somebody else. They just don't have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. They're not willing to do the work. Option 3 is to say, we need to change the design of our business, so I'm going to DIY it. I'm going to do it myself. You're going to read books, listen to podcasts, trial and error. You're going to fix it yourself. But look, if you've been in business for a while, here's the deal. If you were going to DIY it, you would have already DIY'd it. So option 1, do nothing. Option 2, scale back or shut it down. Option 3, DIY it. Option 4, you can find a proven system that delivers the results you want. Sort of like a lot of other things you're doing. If you work with subcontractors, you're hiring someone with a proven system. If you have a CPA, you're hiring someone with a proven system. Buying a cell phone. If you've purchased a cell phone or purchased software instead of building your own software, you have used a proven system. So here's the fork in the road. Here's the choice you have to make. You can roll into 2026 or whatever year you're listening to this in with the exact same design that produced the last 12 months of results, or you can fix the design of the machine. You can update the design to give you the results you want. If you really want the next 12 months to actually be different, you need to change the design of your business. And if you're looking for help with that, then you can go to the show notes and book a business evaluation call with my team. That is the first step to working with us. On that call, we will dig into the structural traps that are running your business, dig into what they're costing you, and uncover the hidden profit that's in your business. Get some clarity on what you need to change. What are the missing pieces in your business? And then we'll talk about whether our Systematize Your Construction Business program is the right fit to help you build the business that can finally run without consuming your entire life. My guarantee to you is there's not going to be any pressure on this call. There's no hype, no sales pitch, no sales pressure. At some point, it may even sound like we're trying to talk you out of working with us. So if that's you, click the link in the show notes to schedule your call with my team, or you can go to constructionleadingedge.com/apply. That's constructionleadingedge.com/APPLY. Let's talk soon. Thanks for listening.